Turns out my baby loves to fish. She wants to do it all the time, early in the morning, in the middle of the night. She's hooked, and now she can't get enough. Man, that girl sure loves to fish.
Good morning. I'm Alli, Cardinal, and I'm currently about 80 miles off the coast of New Jersey in the Hudson Canyon. We left yesterday about noon and chucked through the night, had an awesome catch, a ton of really big yellowfin. This morning we switched right over to the trolls, which is actually my favorite kind of fishing. I love putting out the spread, doing colors, figuring out what's going to hit. Got another yellowfin this morning, and this was the top off the day. My new boyfriend, Mr. Big Eye, and I can't wait to introduce you to him. My first top hooker. In case you couldn't hear me over the diesels, I'm Alli Cardinal, and I love to fish. Technically by day, I'm an attorney at a bank. I do compliance, but I lived in New York City until about a month and a half ago. There just wasn't enough space. We have a studio apartment, which is great, really nice location, but with 2 people and all the tackle and the fishing gear, it got a little tight. But now I live in Weehawken, right across the river in New Jersey. I have a great view of the skyline. I'm looking forward to the striper run, but I can't wait to show you the best part. Come on, I have a tackle room. Come on, welcome to my tackle room. This is my favorite room in the house. I actually really love making tackle. Anybody can go pay a lot of money and go on a charter and catch a fish. They can catch a big fish. That's why you pay all the money. But when I go fishing, I know that I made the tackle. I intentionally went out, made the plan, and got that fish. So about a year ago, my fiance and I decided that we were going to start our own tackle company, Cardinal Tackle, and it's been going really well. We actually didn't plan to start making sales until this winter because we wanted to get through fishing season. Obviously, you're not going to give up fishing season to do anything else. But we've already made quite a few sales, so that's kind of been a nice surprise. We make shark rigs, tuna rigs, and it's a striped bass. This year I had a really successful shark season. I actually caught 19 sharks. 4 of them were makos. One of them was 300 pounds. It was awesome. This is a shark hook. It's actually kind of a small shark hook. Let's see. This is a 12-hour shark hook. This is really great. This year I actually started rigging up live squid on the shark hooks, which is kind of a tuna thing. You don't really do it for sharks, but it's been working out really well. As long as you get it in there properly and make sure that you don't let the mantle part, which is the top of the squid, fall. They look really live, and the sharks were really going for them. So the rig here, the live line rig, and they're still alive, which is obviously the best way to fish for anything, not just striped bass. Put them under the boat, and you hold on to that line. You feel them. That way, when the stripers come at them, you feel them get scared. Actually, the first one I got this year was on a live line just like that. It's like a 42 pounds. You heard the things coming in over the radio. They were all getting like 30 pounders, a couple, and I got this like 42 pound fish. It was awesome. So after shark season comes my very favorite season. It's kind of like Christmas, except for it's tuna season, it's canyon season, it's big game. That's what I dream about actually frequently, but I just love it. So basically, it's getting ready all week to go to the canyon. You're going to be there for at least 30 hours. Obviously, there's no cell phones or anything. You get on the boat about noon. Got all the bait on, all the food, all the ice, at least 500 pounds. And it's time to go. So after a 6-hour boat ride out to the canyon, with a lot of preparation, you get there, and it's time to start trolling, which is my very favorite. There are 11 rods out. You've got lines, 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 and the thing about it that, it looks like, oh, okay, we're putting out all these lines, but what makes it really kind of interesting is you've got 11 different things going on. A lot of them are big. I wish I had a spreader bar. to show you, but I don't. And you can't let any of them cross, because yes, the boat is supposed to continue to go straight, but it's not. It's going to be going in circles, it's going to be going in zigzags, and your lines will get all tangled. So you put out your spread, and you're going, maybe something hasn't hit in a little bit, and it's time to change it all up and do a different color. You're waiting, you're drinking, you're eating, and it goes. That rod takes off, and it's like, whee! And it is just such an exhilarating feeling. And a lot of times, okay, let's grab the rod. No, that is not right, because tuna are in schools. Well, at least yellowfin. If it's bluefin, it's different. But when you're going for yellowfin, you're going to wait. You're going to keep going, because you want something else to hook up. You want it to go, fish on!
Fish on!
Let's go!
Get him a belt! Get him a belt! We got a big eye!
So, I've told you all about fishing off New Jersey and all the skills that I've learned over the past years and how much I love it, but I don't know that I've really said enough about why I should be top hooker. There is no doubt about it. I've actually fished all over with a lot of different techniques. In Central Park, when I lived in the city, loved to go for bass. Grew up fishing for catfish and bass with my grandpa when I was little in North Carolina. Grew up in North Carolina, in Charlotte, and then moved up here. I actually went back to North Carolina for college. I went to UNC. I'm a Tar Heel. On 3-day weekends, head out to the coast, out to the Outer Banks. I fished all over there, especially the bluefin. A lot more jigging and popping than here with the trolling, but amazing time. It's a little bit rougher there too. Florida. Gone for the kingfish, the grouper, snapper, a little bit of wahoo, but the best trip I ever had was 2 years ago. I was down on a party boat. I heard the mates talking when we first went out, saying that like, oh, it's too bad, you know, this is a party boat, and there were 65 people on it, I think, a lot of people. And they were saying, yeah, because the sailfish have really been biting. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to catch a sailfish. So I had my bass rod. It was, you know, not really, it was little. And I got a little bit bigger piece that they had ballyhoo, and I just said, hey, could I have a whole ballyhoo? And I rigged them up. I didn't put a piece on. Everybody else had a chunk. And I let my line out way past everybody else. And I got a sailfish. A big sailfish. And he was tail walking and doing everything that sailfish do. And the whole side of the boat's like screaming and so excited. And then 45 minutes later, because I had a bass rod, I got him in. And, I actually landed him. And the mates got him up onto the boat because it was a party boat. It was up out of the way, but unfortunately I think I kind of ruined everybody else's day, because by the time he was in, it was time to go back. But I still caught a sailfish on a party boat, and it was awesome. Earlier that year I actually caught my first sailfish. It was a Pacific sail. I've done some fishing. I'm in Aruba and Costa Rica, 175 pounds Pacific sail giant. It was great. I've pretty much killed it up and down the East Coast. Trolling is awesome, big game, great at, but I really want to try something different and new and learn from new experiences. I decided about 6 weeks out that I was going to do a triathlon, and I did it and did a really good job. Top hooker sounds perfect. I've been dreaming about going spearfishing, bow fishing. Oh my gosh, since I saw that video on YouTube, I want to catch a fish with a bow and arrow. That's awesome. I love to swim. I love to snorkel, skin dive. I can even surf. I actually pretty much stopped surfing when I decided to start fishing when I got up at 5 a.m. rather than surfing. But, I do love the water, and top hooker seems like it's going to have a lot of different really cool activities, and I know I could adapt. I've been able to adapt to every different type of fishing I've tried so far, and I have no worries that I'm not going to be able to do the same thing on top hooker.
Now I know I'm great at fishing, but I relish the opportunity to compete against the best, test my fishing skills in new situations, and prove that I am the top hooker.